Good morning, everyone. Good morning, YouTube. I thought I'd just do a really quick kind of a rant information video. Just as we go on along the course of this C-19 continuation bullshit, you know. Many of you are aware that I am very much against these mask mandates. I'm very much against the bureaucracy behind this, and I'm very an advocate for people, for human rights and people exercising their human rights. And one of the things that I probably tell people on this on a daily basis is to remind them that they're not a sheep. In that context, I mean that wearing a mask and being around the masses of people that wear a mask, you basically you even look like a sheep. You look like a flock of sheep walking around with a stupid diaper on your face, listening to and following along the bureaucracy that you have to do. First thing that people tell me is, well, they have to do it. They have, look, bullshit. Just like they told you you have to do it, you could tell them you don't have to do it. What you need to do is tell those people, and this is what I've told people this before, and I've videotaped this before, and I've shown and proved this in my other previous videos. You get a person tell you, well, we have to wear a mask because our job requires it, or I can't go shop unless I wear a mask. Well, you tell that person that the person that told them to tell you that they're not a sheep as well. Just like the rules were set up, they can be changed. People don't realize that. People also realize too, when they are bowing down to this mask mandation, bowing down to looking like a sheep, you're also bowing down to losing your human rights. And I'm pretty sure that the majority of the truthers out there, the majority of the people are aware of that. And there's some people that may not be aware, but I'm trying to wake the people up that are not aware of that. One of the things that's alarming to me is how supple and how serene that people are making this. I have children that are in school, that are in school, but we do the online distant learning thing, but they get assignments, that regular kids get. And there's kids that do sit in class, and kids that parents that they choose to keep their kids at home. I'm one of those parents, not because I fear of some disease. The reason why I keep my children at home is because my children are not going to go through this BS of the bureaucracy that I know what is going to go down. They're not going to be in the midst of it, because we all know if a child or somebody tests positive, it stirs up the contact tracing, and you go round and around. And I don't want my children involved in that. I don't want my family involved in that. So we're just going to stay home and do our distant learning. But I mention that to mention this. One of my children's assignments, and by the way, I think this is ridiculous, and I've yet to bring it to the administrators that be attention, because I think it's ridiculous. They actually have an assignment that's data analysis across the U.S. for the C-19, and it gives you the total positive cases, total false cases, and I do say false cases because it's been proven that there's been false positive cases, and the total deaths. And I'm going to show on the screen here the actual assignment that my child had to do, and it shows the instructions and how to complete and how to go the analysis. And so my child and the rest of her class can look at this false information and it's implanted in their history books. And I do believe this is how we get our false histories in our history books, because of BS like this. So it goes on and talks about the total cases across the U.S. and of course, like I said, the false positive and the false deaths, because you go get in a car accident, you go or get your foot broke, and you get labeled as having C19. So again, this is false information that my children are being forced to learn. Your children are being forced to learn. The whole world is being forced to learn, and it's implemented right there in our history books. So how do we stop this? How do we stop this continuation and go on? I say voice your opinion. I say speak up loud, like I'm doing. I don't agree with this analysis. I don't agree that my child has to be taught this. And eventually, I'm going to find a way to maybe figure a way to where I have total control, where I can teach my children the history and the education that they are supposed, the right education, the right history that they are supposed to be taught. Okay? Haven't got to that point yet. In the meantime, this is what I'm going to fight, and this is what I'm going to deal with. Okay? So, again, I want to put this in my video. I want to stress this in my video. Yeah, I got a lot of people out there who do not agree with me, who think I'm crazy, who think I'm a fool for not wearing a mask, who think I'm a fool for not falling into the sheep category. To that, sir, ma'am, I don't care. And I don't give a damn how you feel or think about me. I'm going to be me, and I'm certainly going to express my opinion, and I definitely am going to fight for my human rights. And I'm going to fight for your human rights as well. Okay? So I don't have no issue with running my mouth. I don't have no issue with stating my opinion whatsoever. And if anybody has a problem with that, they don't have to listen to me. They don't have to like my video. They don't have to even come near my channel. You could go and follow those other followers and those and be around the mass of sheep and keep on believing this BS. But I, conscious daughter, I'm not falling for it. Never have since day one. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to stress this, and I've said this before. I've had relatives supposedly have passed away from this so-called thing, disease, whatever you want to call it. And because they had underlying conditions, because they happened to be in a facility where that person tested positive, they got labeled as positive. Their death got labeled as a C19 death, which was false. And so I am going to fight this. I have been fighting this. So again, this message is for those ones who are still asleep on this issue. Those who are awake, keep on listening. And for my subs who support me, thank you again. And for my new subs who are new to my channel or just hearing this for the first time, thank you for listening. And taking the time to maybe look and see what the future here, what the future may hold. Hopefully I'm waking somebody up. Hopefully I'm doing something, because I'm not doing this all for nothing. God doesn't put it on my mind and on my heart to do this. Because a year ago, I never would have thought that I'd be sitting here talking and recording my voice and stressing to people about their human rights. True thing, yes. But to this point, where you have to put it down to people's throat that they don't have to be a sheep, okay. I'm going to end this video. And with every video, I always say, stay safe and stay strong. And thanks for watching.